Good evening. It's a crash that shook area residents and has left many across the country in shock. 6 young lives between the ages of 13 to 17 have been taken after a tragic collision south of Lloydminster. And now that the wreckage has been cleared, it's time for family and friends of the victims to start the healing process. Bart Pediasic reports.
The parking lot of St. Anthony's Church was full of emotion as groups of teenagers filed out the doors after paying their respects to their lost friends. Sunday afternoon, RCMP released the names of the 6 involved. From Lloydminster, 14-year-olds Amy Hurley, Mackenzie Moen, and 13-year-old Naomi Salas Schaefer. From Marshall, 17-year-old Christopher Taverner and 16-year-old Jaden Betker. And from Lashburn, 15-year-old Taryn Atfield.
There's a lot of a sense of shock, numbness, disconnection, that it's just not real, followed by periods of probably a lot of anger and or fear, overwhelm.
Michelle Hamilton specializes in grief and loss at her practice. She says even though everyone grieves in their own way, this may be a new set of emotions for young friends of the victims.
It's not just, you know, the reality of losing perhaps multiple friends in one day, but just the harsh fact that we are all immortal, and sometimes as they get a little older into adolescence, they're able to comprehend what death really means.
I'm not aware of any single loss of life in the last 20 years from a single event of this magnitude.
Mayor Jeff Mulligan says he was shocked by the news, but says it's now time to focus on his job as an elected official.
To make sure that we had the people tending to the issues that at hand, and of course to lend some support for our first responders who got something much different on the scene than they expected.
Marshall Mayor Eileen McKay wasn't able to go on camera today, saying the issue was too close to home, but she issued an official statement. Quote, "We are deeply sorry for what happened in our community yesterday. There are no words to express our condolences to the families who have lost their children. We only hope to pull together as a community in this time of need. There are likely few in this town of 600 who did not know the victims. Marshall is quiet today, most of us reflecting on the young lives lost far too early." Direct family members of the victims are being helped by Midwest Victim Services, but Hamilton recommends anyone else affected by the crash to reach out for help from not only professionals but family and friends.
Feel comfortable that you don't need to worry about saying the wrong thing or have anything really fancy to say. Really what people need is comfort, simple presence of loved ones.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
A 21-year-old woman from Kindersly is dead following a quad crash Saturday. RCMP say the woman was driving an ATV in the RM of Kindersly when she lost control and was thrown from the vehicle. Investigators say she died on scene. Now, her name is being withheld by request of the family. A local man is in trouble with the law after police seized 30 long-barreled firearms and ammo. Police found the guns Friday afternoon in this apartment complex after obtaining a search warrant for a firearms investigation. The charges of unsafe storage of firearms and ammunition are pending against a local 36-year-old man. Police have not released his name. He's expected to appear in Alberta court on October 1st. The investigation continues following a 7-car train derailment in Lloydminster. Canadian Pacific says the cars have been emptied, turned upright, and have now been moved back into the train yard. Now, the cars were carrying crude oil when they derailed just after 5 Friday afternoon. Ed Greenberg with Canadian Pacific says he's not sure how long the investigation will take.
We'll be doing a full inspection of the rail cars, and then going from there with that. It's a process that takes time.
Although no leaks from the cars were reported, Greenberg says diesel from the train's engine spilled into the area.
Diesel fuel was contained around the locomotive, and we've been working with Saskatchewan Ministry of Environment officials to ensure that appropriate environmental remediation is done.
Because the derailment happened near the train yard, operations have not been affected. CB trains are still running.